Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our new American Idol Arthur Gunn reaction. We've got two of these videos coming your way tonight.
Yep.
This one is about his version of Coldplay's In My Place. I'm a really big Coldplay fan. I knew the entire songbook. I was so curious as to what he was going to do and how he was going to do it. We're going to talk all about that. I don't want to give it all away right here.
All right.
Well, before we do, though, if you guys do like this video, hit that subscribe button because, like we said, we're talking about Arthur's second performance later.
Yep, for sure. So you don't want to miss it, so hit that subscribe button. So before we get into the performance, I just want to, take a minute to address some of the nonsense that's been going on online concerning Arthur being part of the show. It feels like there's a lot of people and even former contestants that are speaking out against Arthur being on the show. And to that, I have to say, you guys are all directing this at the wrong person.
Yeah.
Arthur was given an opportunity by American Idol. They invited him.
Yeah.
So if you do have a problem with Arthur being on the show, this isn't Arthur's fault. He was invited to be there. What's he supposed to say? Thanks, but no thanks.
Yeah.
I don't want the opportunity. I mean, he has the right to be there. But if you want to be mad, start tweeting over to Idol. You know, you don't need to tweet to me. People have been tweeting to me that Arthur doesn't have the right to be there or that he shouldn't be there. He should be there because Idol invited him. So that's it. I just wanted to sort of put that out there because I feel really bad for him. I mean, his demeanor this season has felt a little bit like he's either been reading what's going on or seeing the posts or seeing the comments. Because last season he felt a lot more just upbeat about stuff. And this season he feels upbeat, but there's a little bit of sort of I think he knows that people are going to have some sort of a problem with him being there. And he's the one that's catching all the heat for it when he's done nothing wrong.
I feel for the guy. I think he's trying to make the best out of a tough situation. I'm sure he didn't anticipate this many people just having nasty reactions to him when he has done nothing wrong. And he keeps delivering really great music. And that's sort of the thing here. The moment I heard that Arthur was doing In My Place, which, this is from Coldplay's second album, and it's kind of I kind of look at it as a bridge song on that album. It's not one of my favorite Coldplay songs, if I'm being honest, and I was really worried that Coldplay was going to make him do a straight up arrangement, just do the same thing and I was just like, this isn't going to work for him. I wanted him to do Till Kingdom Come or Swallowed in the Sea or there's so many good Coldplay songs he could have done.
And for me, when I heard it was Coldplay night, I was like, oh, no, because I am not a Coldplay fan at all. I do not listen to Coldplay. I do not really like Coldplay. But I loved this song that he did. I've never heard this song. This is the first time I've ever heard this song through Arthur, and it again felt like an Arthur song. And that's the thing that I like about him so much. And that's why at the end of this performance, when Katy Perry was saying, oh, you changed too much of it, I couldn't sing along, it's like, are you new here? He's been doing this the entire time. This season, last season, he completely changed Have You Ever Seen the Rain into something absolutely his own, nothing like the original, and you didn't have a problem with it then, and you shouldn't have a problem with it now, because me, as someone who does not like Coldplay at all, I loved this. I loved it.
Here we go, Katy Perry, a couple of things here. No disrespect, Katy, because I love a lot of your songs, but at the same time, do you really know all the lyrics to In My Place? Kind of like mid-tier Coldplay song from their second album that I don't know how many diehard people, outside of diehard Coldplay fans, I don't know how many people remember this song. But beyond all that, if I wanted to hear a straight-up rendition of In My Place, I would go to Spotify and listen to Coldplay's version of it.
Yeah.
I think there were a couple other people tonight doing Coldplay where they did too much of a straight-up rendition, and it wasn't as good. I'm not saying Chris Martin is the greatest singer of all time. I really like his voice, but his voice is polarizing. And, I know Arthur can be polarizing to some people, but I loved the arrangement. I loved his version of In My Place better than Coldplay's version of In My Place because I felt like it had more soul to it. I feel like it had more just an element of like surprise, and it suited him. It was really, it was almost like soothing in a way.
I also really liked Chris Martin, and I have a lot of respect for him. I had never seen a lot of like sort of interviews or mentoring or anything. Again, not a Coldplay fan, so if that was on, I'd not be watching. So this is one of my first experiences really seeing Chris Martin. And he's right when he said, listen, like, you know, taking the best part of my song and just chucking it out the window is not always the easiest for artists. And it's not, whether you're a writer, musician, a filmmaker, whatever you're doing, having somebody come in and take your baby and then strip it apart and rebuild it is difficult for so many people and their egos. And he was totally fine with it. And he was right when he was saying, you know, it's fluid. Being an artist is fluid. Things change, things grow, they turn into these different, you know, different things. And he was really good at it. I really like Chris Martin now. I still don't like Coldplay, but I like Chris Martin.
He's been great. From everything I've seen on the episode, Chris has been great as a mentor. I think he was great in sort of just empowering Arthur to go through with this, because this can be intimidating. I mean, we're talking about a guy here who has performed a Super Bowl halftime show, and when you are on like that level of famous, you can just be a total jerk to people and probably get away with it. But I think that he was very supportive of Arthur, and I think that further helped Arthur sort of build up what I think is such a smart strategy on doing a show like Idol, because you can go out there and do a million covers straight up, probably make it to top 5 and, you know, get somewhat of an audience, but no one has any idea then of what sort of artist you want to be, what your sound is like, anything else. Some people out there may not like Arthur's version of In My Place, but guess what? A lot of people probably do. And those people probably would want to pick up an album of Arthur's after the fact, where we know...
100% I will pick up anything that he puts out. I'm on his YouTube channel all the time, listening to everything that he's put out. I absolutely love him. And the thing that is probably pissing people off is that he stands out in a way that a lot of other people don't. And I'm not just saying this season, it was last season as well. There's lots of good people last season. There's lots of good people this season as well.
Yeah.
But Arthur stands out because he's a true musician. He isn't afraid to take chances and change arrangements and just do something that makes him different from everybody else. And you know, there's a lot of idols that have come and gone, and it's kind of like, you know, you don't remember everybody. But you will always remember Arthur because he does put his own stamp on things.
This is the big thing I'm curious about, because, I mean, obviously Arthur's performance was awesome and different and interesting, and I hope we don't know the results yet.
No.
I hope it puts him through to the next round, but I'm really curious how he landed on this in the first place, because yes, Chris Martin said that he's fine with people being fluid with the music or whatever. Was he fluid with the songs that he handed over? Because it's kind of interesting to me that Fix You has been done to death on a million different singing shows. We have all heard it as like a sappy crescendo at the end of some episode. It's like, nobody's doing that. Nobody's doing Viva La Vida, which is like one of their biggest hits of all time.
Well, like you said, this is a sort of middle of an album kind of song. So maybe that is why Chris was okay to be more fluid with it. Maybe he's like that just in general, but maybe it's because it's not one of his biggest hits. And he's like, okay, you know what? This was a good song, but, you know, it wasn't going to be a #1 chart topper. I'm sorry, Chris. I know you're not watching this, but I'll just put that out there. Then maybe that's how he was feeling, where he's like, this is a decent song, and I'm going to put on the album, but, you know, it's not a #1. So if Arthur does decide to make a change, it's going to be okay. I'll make it through.
Well, as we wrap this up, Arthur, here's a bit of Coldplay advice for you. At the Quote the Scientist, top 5 favorite song from Coldplay, nobody said it would be easy, and yet here you are. You pulled off a very, very difficult song. I loved it. You turned around the Coldplay hater among us.
It's my favorite Coldplay rendition of the song ever, and it's because you sang it. And I will not go back and listen to the original.
No.
I will go and listen to yours.
There you have it. Well, we'll wrap up this video. We'll be back later to talk Arthur's second performance, but let us know what you thought about his In My Place in the comments, and if you did like this video, subscribe, give us a like, support us further, check those links to the store, our Patreon, and we'll see you here next time.